This is Bad Bob, the Shade Tree Mechanic. Today we are working on a Toyota Corolla CE model, and this is a 2000 year model, and this would be applicable for 98 through 02 year models. And this video is part 3 and will be the final video of the dual horn system. And today I've actually added a third horn, because when I added the low tone horn, I had a spare horn and I thought, could I put a third horn on there? Well, I know a lot of you out there are saying, hey, that's overkill, but I live in a small town in the inner city, and you've got these individuals on the little scooters and the e-bikes, and they pulled out in front of me and they just can't hear me. Well, I believe now they're going to be able to hear me. So let's go over here to my workbench / picnic table, and I'll show you my tools and material. You've got a 10mm socket with ratchet handle, a 10mm wrench, some wire crimping stripping tool, some wire cutters, a razor knife, some 18 gauge wire, and some rapid repair tape. And in my first video, or my second video, I didn't show in detail this rapid repair tape. As you can see, it's got a film behind it, and you really need a razor knife to cut that piece off, because what I did was secured all my splices with that, because this will be completing this job. And then I used some wire nuts. Those work on 18 gauge or 14 to 22 gauge, because I'm working with 18 gauge. And I've got some tie wraps. So let's go over here to the vehicle and show you what I did. On my second video, I showed where I put in this disc type low tone horn, and it has 2 connectors on there. It works with a 1-wire or 2-wire system, and it came with a ground strap. So I used the 1 wire, got my ground here off the 12mm bolt where it bolts to the frame. And then over here is my second horn, and it gets its ground from this 10mm bolt that goes through that hole and secured with a nut and lock washer. And here is my third horn, and I had to actually bend that almost to a 90-degree angle, because there's a hole right there where I was barely able to get that 10mm bolt with a lock washer and nut underneath, and that's where the 10mm ratchet handle and wrench come in. And here is the connector for the third horn. As you can see, it's the same as that connector. And now that I've finished this job up, they come with these little boots on there. I put the little boots on there, sealed up my splices with rapid repair tape. And now that I'm finished with this, I will take some friction tape and wrap that up, make a proper wiring harness, and then I will tie wrap it and secure it to down here below the hood latch. There's a bar that runs down there, supports the hood latch. I'll tie wrap it and secure it to that, and we'll be complete. So let's connectorize it up. There you go. You hear it snap in there on the third horn. So now we've got a low tone horn, disc type, and we've got 2 high tone horns. So, and here's your end result. And once again, folks, I'll give you a couple of seconds to turn your volume down, because it is loud. And there you go. 3 horns on a Toyota Corolla. So next time one of those e-bikes pull out in front of me, I believe they'll hear me. So this is Bad Bob, the Shade Tree Mechanic. We'll catch you on the flip-flop.